For this tutorial, I'm going to be using Lion Brand's Velux yarn. This is a size 4 yarn, so I will be doubling my strands using 2 at a time to make it a little bit bulkier. And I will be using the color Charcoal. I'm also going to be using a size 9mm hook, but I crochet pretty loosely, so if you crochet tightly, go up to a 10mm hook. You are also going to need a stitch marker. Beginning with double strands and leaving yourself a long tail for sewing purposes later, make a slip knot. Now you will chain 53. You want to be careful to not chain too loosely or too tightly with this material because the yarn can look a bit loopy and messy if you do it too loose, but you also want to be able to work back into the stitches. Now you're going to turn and put a single crochet in the second chain from your hook and in each stitch across. Of course, at the end of this row, you should have 52 single crochet. So continue putting 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So here we are at the end, being very careful to not twist your work. Join the ends together because we are now going to be working in the round. So slip stitch into that first single crochet to join. Now we are going to use those long tails that we left ourselves to sew the gap closed right there. So now we're going to begin round 2. Chain 1, single crochet in the first 3 stitches. In the next stitch, you are going to increase, so put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. Now you are going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. You should see the pattern forming here. You should just repeat it, making 3 single crochet in a row, then increase in the next stitch. So you're going to increase every 4th stitch. Here we are at the end. You are going to join with a slip stitch in the very first single crochet. Chain 1. Now we're going to single crochet in the first 4 stitches. In the next stitch, you are going to increase. Single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Increase in the next one. Continue doing this all the way around. You're going to make 4 stitches and then increase in the next stitch. All the way to the end. Here we are at the end. You're going to join with a slip stitch in your first single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in every stitch around. So we're done increasing. So put 1 single crochet in every stitch to get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Here we are at the end of that round. You're going to slip stitch. And now we are going to begin our webbed stitches. So you're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch that you joined in. Grab your stitch marker and put it in that single crochet. Now you are going to chain 6. You're going to skip 5 stitches and single crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to just repeat that. This is what it should look like. You should have 5 stitches in between there. Chain 6. Skip the next 5 stitches. Single crochet in the next stitch. You're just going to continue repeating this all the way around, so you'll chain 6, skip 5, single crochet in the next stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way till you get to the end, and I will meet you there. So here I am at the end. I've got my single crochet and chain 6. I'm skipping 5. Now I'm going to slip stitch into my very first single crochet to join. Chain 1, single crochet in that very first stitch. Place your stitch marker in that stitch. Now we're going to chain 7. We're going to skip over the chain space we just created in the row below and single crochet in the next single crochet. This is what it should look like. Now we're going to chain 7 again. And single crochet in the next single crochet. You're just going to continue repeating that all the way around until you get to your stitch marker. So here I am at the end. I'm going to slip stitch into my very first single crochet to join. Chain 1 and single crochet in the first stitch. Place your stitch marker in that stitch. Now we are going to chain 9. Skip the chain space below and single crochet in the next single crochet. Chain 9. Single crochet in the next single crochet. You're just going to continue this pattern all the way around, making chain 9 loops. So here we are at the end. I'm going to slip stitch into our first single crochet to join. I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch and place the marker. So from here on out, the stitch pattern is very simple. So in our first round, we did 6 and then 7 and then 9. And so from here on out, you're just going to add 2 chain stitches to every chain loop each round until you reach the desired size. So from here on out, you'll do like 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, and then 19. And then if you want it longer, just keep adding 2 chains to every round. I did stop with a chain 19 loop, and it measured about 8.5 inches in length. But you, of course, could keep going if you wanted to. So you can just keep repeating the pattern, adding 2 chains to each loop until it reaches the desired size. And then don't forget to use that beginning tail to sew the gap closed that was created when we joined round 1 together. So for this one, I used a size 5 bulky weight yarn, and I only did a single strand for this. I did not double the strands. I used Red Heart Huga yarn, but it's got like a fuzzy texture and it really looks realistic. And this is what it should look like. If you go to my blog, you can see how I created that spider right there. It's a handmade spider pin. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching.